Hello beautiful friends, welcome to my channel. My name is Camilla and today's video is going to be a bit longer because I need to explain some things before we start with the actual light language part. The whole video, the messages and my talking is a transmission as well. And I think if you're here, there will be something in what I share with you. I'm going to share some personal story as well. But if you want to return for just the light language part, I will put the timestamp in the description below. So I hope you're all doing well after the beautiful 11/11 portal that we are still in. And for me, it has been a really intense week. And so I will share what the journey has been so far for me. So just, I think, a week or so before the 11th of November, I had in dream state, I have had a connection with Orion, the star, the constellation, star constellation Orion. And I have been had some experience with them before in this lifetime, in dream state and in meditation. I just know that I always have not been very fond of connecting with this energy. I have had some resistance, just like, no, don't come here, I had enough, that kind of feeling. So, but in this last experience, there was a big light hovering over me, and they were transmitting light to me, and it was a very beautiful, very positive experience for me. And then the 11/11 happened, and I did this beautiful transmission with you. And I know that in that video we talk about the tunnel. I was talking about the tunnel, and you can visit this video if you haven't seen it already, because it's timeless. And so the resource, so I mentioned I think what they call it is the original point of creation, source creation, the original point of source creation or something like that. And the message in this is that we are going back to the our point of creation, like our divine blueprint. So since then I've had some very beautiful, very strong connection with a very ancient star system. I'm not sure which one yet, but very much I had this connection and big activations of my whole system, actually, and my third eye, and I've been just bombarded with this bright white light, and felt very much at home, and really. And then one day, just a couple of days ago, in meditation, I saw this tunnel again, and I was here, and this bright white light was here. And then I was shown what was between me, and completely for me to merge with this, my original divine self, to completely become or reactivate this, my divine blueprint. I was shown what was standing in the way, and then I was shown Orion. So Orion, many of us who are here on Earth, who are here as starseeds and light workers, or whatever you will call it, we have been at Orion and had these memories. We have been there was a big galactic war going on Orion. There was this war between good and bad, evil and darkness and light, and so many of us has been part and participated in these actions. We have been warriors, we have been fighting, we have been trying to rescue. I have this very much strong memory of being trying to rescue, and we have been, or maybe we have been on both sides, and from this, and since then we came to Earth, and it's from this experience many of us are carrying with us that. The illusions of duality. So what we are seeing playing out on Earth at this time is this illusion of duality, and many of us have it is a result from our lifetimes at Orion. And if it's Orion for you, or if it's another experience somewhere else at another time, it doesn't matter. So this video is going to be to clear this energy of duality, energy of war, energy of good and bad, light and dark, and so on, that we still carry with us. So I was shown that this duality is still inside of me, and as we are here and we are ascending, that's what we are becoming ascended masters. This is what the Earth incarnations are all about. We need to let go, we need to see where we are holding on to the illusion of duality, and we need to let it go. So when I went to bed the same evening, I said a prayer to light and source and my guides to really show me where I'm holding on to these illusions, and show me what action steps I can take for it to be resolved. And I was so honest in we are here for one purpose, and for me there is nothing. I'm all in. So I was so honest in my prayer to be shown. And so the next day, what happened was it was Monday, and just to tell you briefly that we have a son. He's soon turning 4, and since I work as a therapist, as a healer, and I have been working with many people with PTSD and young teenagers with severe anxieties syndromes. I'm very well aware in how the human brain works, our nervous system. And so for me and my partner, it's been very important for us to have a safe environment for our son. So we never watch the news, we don't watch TV at all. There is nothing, how can I say, there is no, we don't allow scary things like, action figures and scary monsters for him to play with or watch and anything like that, because I know how it affects a young child and what it does to the nervous system to feed them with fear. So this has been so important for us. Anyhow, and he never had nightmares really, and he never been afraid of the dark, and I have been a bit surprised, and I've been just so revealed that he's relieved that he is so comfortable with the dark. And so for the last about 2 weeks we have experienced that he starts to have nightmares, he starts to be afraid of the dark, he didn't dare to close his eyes going to bed, because he talked about these monsters, and he talks about uh, his skeleton, because we talked about skeleton as well, and I tried to explain the bones in his body and everything, and he says, but mom, why is it evil? Um, why is it bad? And he talks about he's afraid of dark, he's afraid to close his eyes, he's afraid of monsters and ghosts, and we never talked about this like this with him, and we couldn't understand what was going on. And so this morning, Monday morning, I got this newsletter from his kindergarten, and they tell us what's been going on for the last weeks and what they've been up to, and they sent some pictures. And then I saw they had been celebrating Halloween, and all the pictures was just showing me all these scary images of skeletons and monsters and ghosts and everything. And then I got it. I understood why, what he has been fed with, and I, I, I can't explain how painful that was to see, and it was so. I broke down completely. I was so sad, because it's been so important for us to keep this away from him. And he also has been, he haven't really want to go to kindergarten, and we didn't understand why, because he used to be very happy there, and it broke our hearts to know that he has been so scared being there. So I called to his teachers and the principal for a meeting, and it was so painful. I went to sit down in meditation, and it was so painful. This kind of pain that you don't really know how to come through it. I had all this sensation of him being destroyed and me not being able to protect, and that his innocence was destroyed. It went really, really deep for me. So I knew that I can't fight this. I can't fight this in myself, because there's nowhere to go. I just have to surrender into it. I just have to see, because there was this question that why is this happening? And after calming down, I sat in meditation. I said to myself, I reminded myself, okay, this is happening in my reality. So how and where have I been co-creating this experience? And then I had a deep connection with the ascended beings from Orion. And they reminded me, so these beings are the ones who are here to teach us to go beyond duality. Because they have been on this journey that we are undergoing, and this is their gifts for us to go beyond duality. And they were showing me that I have been working so much on these parts to go beyond duality when it comes to me. But everybody, we all have our limits, and we all have our soft spot. And for sure, my baby is my soft spot. So I can see how can I say this? So I can see that the things that I believe in, I forget sometimes when it comes to him, and when I feel that he is in danger, and somehow the things about us being eternal beings, that we cannot get hurt. our soul and our true nature is beyond suffering. And I forget that. That's the hardest thing about being a parent, for you who are parents out there, to apply these teachings and these lessons on your children, because we are, it's in our physical and in our human system to protect them. And also what they said, that the lessons that the ascended beings from Orion is here to teach us is spiritual strength. And what is spiritual strength? It is our capacity to be in light, to stay in light, to return to light, to remember light, and to hold that light, and to radiate that light and share that light. And the strength, how strong this is for us, how strong we are spiritually, it's how are we capable of doing this? Not when everything is just love and light, but in those situations, the one that really gets us to our knees. And they reminded me also that my son, our son, he's a master of light. I know this. He's a master of light. And the children who are here now, they are true masters of light, and they are showing us our shadows, so we can allow these shadows to come up, to see them. We need to see them, to actively choose to release them. And this is what he signed up for, and this is what I signed up for. And they also reminded me that he's the department, the group he's in at kindergarten, the name of the group is Orion. So he's my greatest teacher, one of my greatest teacher, and I knew when he was starting at this in this group, and I said, oh no, not Orion, couldn't it be something else? So I know that there's so much teachings in this for me, so many lessons in his life for me. So I was shown how I immediately came into separation, into duality. They have been wrong. They have been like the darkness is getting him, kind of, and they had done something wrong, and I forgot who he is. I forgot what it's all about. And I came to my still point. I do this by being very sincere that this, what I see in my outer world, is a reflection of my inner world. And I want to change this. So if I hang on to them, what the outer world is showing me as truth, it's never going to change. But when I can see it as a reflection, then I know that the power is mine to change. And I knew that I could not show up into a meeting with those beings, these people, in this energy, because then I will only create more of this energy. I cannot go there and teach them and holding a vibration of separation, of guilt and of blame. Because as starseeds, as light workers, what we are doing is not teaching by explaining in words. We might do that as well. But the most important thing is, what is the vibration we are choosing to hold and be in and share with other people. So I sent them love. I sent love to the situation and to myself, my human self, who was suffering. But I was very dedicated to stay in my true self, in connection with my true self. It's not easy. It is not easy at those times. And I choose to feel, to allow these feelings, the vibrations of pain and everything else. And at the same time, be willing to embrace light. To remember light, to remember truth, to remember love. And this is how we shift, this is how we change, this is how we birth heaven on earth. So I wanted to share with you this because it's been so obvious and clear. And of course I did ask for this. I went to bed asking for this. So I also was thanking Source and my guides and everybody who answered my call, and they did as well. So remember that when we perceive what we call darkness, it is not that it's not happening to us. It is something inside of us that still believes in it. And what it doesn't have any power over us more than for us to see where we are giving away our power, where our weak spots are, and where we think that we are powerless or need to fight or need to save, and that it has the power at all. So what it does is just showing us what illusions are you still holding on to, what are we ready to release, what are we ready to release, what is still ready, what is still here, ready to go, for us to really embrace with our divine original blueprint, because there is only light. We are light. And I also want to tell you this, because I think everybody needs to know this and remember this. So our son, when we go to bed, and since he has nightmares, we always call in his guides and his angels. And he says, he said that, okay, Mom, so let's call in the angels to take away the bad. And I said, that the angels, there is nothing bad that needs to go away. What happens is that you just forget that all is well. You just think there is something that can hurt you. So what the angels does, and what your beautiful dragon does, and your unicorn, they just surround you, they just come closer to you, and they remind you what you simply forgot. They remind you that all is well. You are safe. So they are not saving you because you don't need to be saved. They just remind you of who you are. And this is, I really wanted to share this with you too, because I think as adults we forget this as well. We think that we rely on these forces outside ourselves, whether it is a government or people or spiritual guides and our rituals, and I don't believe in it. I don't believe that, okay, so if I haven't said my prayers, I'm in danger. It's not like that. What they help us with, what I am here to help you with, is to remind you, like, of illusions, that you are not safe. The part of you that is you can never be hurt. So, okay, this is getting long, so we will move into the transition. I just want to end up with, we had a meeting yesterday, and it was a beautiful, loving meeting, and they had no clue. They really didn't see it the way we saw it, and they just didn't know. they just didn't know that this was, for them it was so, they are so programmed with these programs. And I think we did, I think they started to reflect and think about what we shared in a very loving way. And the first thing I said at this meeting was that we're not here to blame anyone. We have full trust in you, but we just need to share what has happened and how we can look forward, how we can make him feel safe again, how we can work together. So yeah, that's the story. So dear ones, I'm going to connect with you, and I'm going to invite this ascended light beings from Orion to help us to clear any energy of duality, any conflict, any inner and outer conflict, any energy we have carried with us from Orion or another experience somewhere else that keeps you from merging with your original divine blueprint, that stands in the way for what you are receiving through this tunnel, this gateway of the 1111 energy. All right, dear ones. And you may now take a deep breath and just drop and allow yourself to remember that all is well, whatever you are facing and whatever is going on in the world right now, because this is playing out and we are here to remember. You are well, dear ones. And I now connect to your energy. And to your higher selves. You may receive this clearing, this cleansing, this healing, this activation from Source, your guides, the ascended light beings from Orion who are here to assist us. And if you are ready, if you're willing, state yes. Okay, and they are connecting now to you. They are flooding light to you. Kashonars dosh aliar kinia ashanikyatro ranayatrai. Takai isir rokost noro oso oko a oko rokosho. Notoro ali hanakar sashi roketiara a kokor sash yar. So they are saying that many of you are tired warriors with broken swords. Nusoshar aliatrana ki atra utor minatre orsash iliatranako. Naranana ititus ali os arkotorana yatra. Ososali okunatoritish aiko. And they are now giving you codes of light to remember that the war is over. And they're saying that they're changing some old light codes that you're carrying with you. And these codes are still feeding the old system that we have and had on Earth. And it needs to go. Toshtar sashili erakiniatro, rototar saneliatro. Noko shalia araya kokokosh anako. And they say that every one of you here, if we still are here, we have this duality in us. You are probably not the ones out there starting wars with actions, but this energy's vibration that is buried deep in us is still, it creates a duality in us, a conflict in us, and if we are holding this vibration, we are feeding it into the world. And they ask that, they don't ask you, they thank you for that you are brave to be willing to look at this and willing to allow this to go. Koshalar anikara sursumarnanalia trokia narana kitish. Susuliar anikidra yatro aramanakiash. Susufur manialaya okonorata. And they say it's very seductive for the tired warrior with the broken sword to hold up his shield, to think that he needs protection because he's down and out. You do not need protection, they say. Shomar naliatrana kush ariataranako. Nursuroko kaish ilior onoko atranadatas oliatra. Okor saish urotorana yalianai ko au. And this is the whole thing that we think. Maybe it's not you. Maybe you try to protect the child. And of course, we're here to protect the innocent ones. But remember, their greatness, their soul is not less than yours. Their spirit power is not less than yours. Or you are here think you need to save your parents, your partner, your society, your family members. Nutralitos ara or yourself nuporokotos aliatruko nayatra aikita ukona aranakitsi sosalia narakotiatra. And the only way to save anybody is to save yourself. And you save yourself when you put that guard down. And see there's no thing, no one outside of you. It is merely a reflection of you. When you can see that everybody out there is just an aspect of you. When you can let go of the enemy inside, there is no enemy outside. When you can stop the war inside, there won't be a war outside. Maybe some of you easily love everybody outside of yourself, but not yourself. Maybe some of you just love yourself and nobody outside of you. It is impossible because you are all one. And you sign up to play a part in each other's life, in each other's life experience, to show each other where you believe in illusions. Kurno par salitrana trakos aliadra areana ta shusar anekida ranatos laita sonomorana kiai kokorono daranai li arakia so shonoko tatar ai ilia okono kaich itarana. So I now see this tunnel, I see the light, I see you, I see there is some flickering, some shadows in the middle, like some dark spots, and it starts to clear. And they now ask you of permission to clear this for you. If you are willing, are you willing to let go? And again, your free will is what decides. You can say yes, you can say no. Nuto sakananaraliatar sukadait ni aranaki sonorananatrai tronokos. Nuliar soso arakishu dai tiliana no asoso. Auai liatranaki. Oh, ya sana liatro. Kitar pai sushaya ranakya. Allow this to be cleared. Allow these frequencies in. Kitar kaya lata tush aukian areanali. Uai sanai kitai kuliarana. Can you feel us? They say. Can you feel us? Because now we can feel you. We can now touch your heart. Thank you for opening your hearts. Thank you for putting the guard down. Tashta litran oyotra kishinat. Sosholiaran kiar ananatu akya. Oh shonoso. And they wrap you in love. They wrap you up in coats of peace and of love. Ko soshali atrayiti okoko. Oko sashai. I get this picture of a person who has been falling into cold water, and there is a rescue team, and they pull this person up, and they put blankets around him or her, holding him warm, her warm, comforting. Turkuliadra nakia sanakia alayadra kush onartikia. Tosoliana tar anaki tos olioroko ateranaka. No koko salai inaraka, and I ask why they are showing me, want me to share this image with you, and they say remind me of that this water symbolizes our emotions, and this is by walking away from duality. You are saved from your own hurts, your own painful emotions. It's your best life insurance, they say, to be willing to move beyond duality. So I also want to share with you a symbol they showed me. I often see this symbol in many lifetimes on other systems and planets. I know that I have used this as a high priestess, as a healer, and they also showed me that this rectangle, it represents like the corner, the lower corners are our our physical eyes, and we are ascending to our one eye, from our two eyes into our one eye, and that is when we perceive only light. So when we let go of our human way of seeing things, our human vision, and surrender into our spiritual vision, we see only light. You know that there is only light. So this is the process that we are undergoing right now, surrendering our third dimensional way of seeing things into higher dimensional ways. You can remind yourself this and ask for it to be deepened when you sleep and so on. And you will feel your third eye starts to activate so much more. See if there is a final. Tankiliai nitrai usash tarianaki. Nurliata shai kuka sanaya. Okarsha trananana ko atus. You're not here to fight. You're not here to save. You are here to remember. And you are here to share your memory with your vibration, your action. How much love, how much peace, how much light are you willing to wake up to? Are you willing to remember? Are you willing to hold and to share with everybody and all? Ask yourself and surrender deeper. You are brave. You are brave, and we thank you for being so brave. And we are here, and we are descended light beings from Orion, has walked this path before you, and are here if you are willing to guide you through. There is so much light waiting for you. Be you one, be you whole, and so it is. Satnam. Okay, dear ones. Okay, this is a long one. And I hope it served its purpose. And thank you for being here. Thank you for doing your part. Sending you all so much love, so many blessings. And this will continue. This journey will continue. These energies will continue. And I think that we will see more of these beings. Okay. Thank you. Bye.